Hello guys, welcome to Banky Tech YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome. If this is not your first time, you're also welcome. We are all here to learn. So now the first thing you have to do is explain the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video, why I'm making this video, is actually to talk about OSINT. Okay, what is an OSINT? OSINT is actually an open source intelligence tool. That is what OSINT is. And what does OSINT do? OSINT is used to gather information. OSINT is not actually used for hacking, and all those stuff. OSINT is used to gather information. Let me say you want to gather information about a person. OSINT tool, OSINT is what you are going to use. It's just like uh let me use the F, let me use the FBI for example. Maybe the FBI is trying to locate someone, for example, right? So they have to look for information about the person. That is what actually OSINT tool means. I'm just using this example for me to break it down for you to you know understand. Okay, if you take a look at this website, Talk Worker, it actually do explain what OSINT talks about. It said open source intelligence tool, which I said before, are software that helps you collect and analyze information from publicly available sources like company website, social media posts, news article, government databases and forum. You can use them to scan and organize multiple sources at once instead of spending hours on manual searches. Okay, what this actually means is that if you take a look at online regular user, maybe just a random person using the internet, when they need information about something, all they do is go to Google, search for the name of the person, search for his Instagram handle. No, that's very casual. But OSINT tool is just different. It's just like it's what people in cybersecurity or ethical hacking use and people in social engineering use. So I will explain what social engineering is, but let me just explain this part and what it is. You see, why do you need OSINT tool? He said OSINT software can aid various teams and needs, whether you are running a business, working in IT, or doing research. Take a look at the first example. It says security team use OSINT technique to spot potential threats and manage digital security risk. For example, if someone is planning to target your company, they might leave traces on forums or social media. OSINT tool can catch these early warning signs. They can also warn you if company data is leaked on the dark web. Businesses use OSINT to stay ahead of event and trend. E help them track what people say about their brand, check out the competition, very verify potential partners and even find a new customer. Plus it can prevent various risks like online fraud. Researchers and journalists use OSINT tools because they cut down hours of manual digging. Like I said before, manual digging using Google and those stuff. Those are manual digging. Instead of jumping between dozens of websites and databases, they can access everything in one place. So now you have actually get what OSINT is actually is. But this is not actually the main purpose of this video. I'm just actually explaining this for people who are beginner, who actually do not understand what it is. This will give you a perfect example of what it is. So now the third thing, we have already explained what OSINT is. What does OSINT do? The third thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to give example of an OSINT tool. I'm going to show you different example of OSINT tool. So now I'm going to use GitHub. information gathering. So now I'm going to click on information gathering to GitHub. What GitHub is actually going to give to me are examples of information gathering tool, which is OSINT. Just make sure, and I'm going to explain what each and every one of these OSINT tool does. If you actually know about this, you can just skip this video. I'm just breaking it down into smaller pieces for people to understand, you know. So click on it. So now the first tool that was given to us is on GitHub was Sherlock. What does Sherlock do? Hunt down social media accounts by username across 400 social media networks. So this particular OSINT tool, what it does is look for username. So if you want to find out someone social media, you can actually use something like this. There are many hundreds. Spiderfoot automate OSINT tool for threat intelligence and mapping your attack surface. Okay. The harvester, email, subdomain name. This what the harvester does is that e scrape email addresses from website, give out the IP addresses of website and some other stuff. And also there are some other powerful OSINT tool. There's a particular OSINT tool I use. It's used for image, whereby I will upload your image on the system and it start fetching your data. But I'm not going to show it here on YouTube. So these are just the basic I'm going to show you. So now you see all these are OSINT tool. So you can actually check it out yourself and see what they do. This OSINT tool, it seems like it was made in China. So I don't know what it does. So that is it. So now number 4, which is the last. What is the end goal of this video? So now that I have explained this theory, what are we doing now? What are we trying to do? Okay, so now is where we get started with the main work. What we are trying to do is we are trying to have access to a target location. That's the main purpose of this video, to have access to a target location. Let me say, let me use this guy right here, Bob. Yeah. And let me just say this guy Bob right here is me. So I'm going to use myself for this experiment to have my exact location, and using information gathering tool is how I'm actually going to do that. So let's say this boy Bob, I want to know where Bob live. So our end goal is to find where Bob live and get his precise location, and, and know where Bob lives. So that is it. By the end of this video, I'm going to be explaining what social engineering is. I just want to write it down so I won't forget. Social engineering. So now our goal is to target Bob, like I said before. So what we're going to do right now to target Bob is we have to track down Bob, which is the cartoon guy. So how are we going to do that? I have a tool pre-installed on my Kali Linux. The tool, I cannot show you how I did it because I don't have that enough time. But this is just practical. But if you need video, you can actually tag me in the comment section. So now, this is how I did it. So now, I've accessed the tool. The name of the tool is Raven version 1.1.5, created by Spyboy and everything. What would you like to do? So this particular OSINT tool specializes in track target GPS location, capture target image, fetch target IP address. So our main goal is track target GPS location. We want to know where this bulb is, which is this guy, bulb. We want to know where he is. So now we have to track him down. I'm not actually going to make video about capture target image. I'm going to make video about track target GPS location. So that's why we are here. So now all I have to do is click on one. Okay, choose port forwarding. Let me use Cloudflare 2. So now Cloudflare is finally working. So actually how we're going to do is that we're going to use this, copy it, copy selection. So now I actually copy this link to my GitHub because GitHub is where we're going to receive the information and we're going to get a notification that the target has clicked the link, because this is the link we're going to send to the target, which is this guy Bob. And Bob is myself because I'm going to use myself as a bait for this experiment. So this is the link, yeah, HTTP gentle blah 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 blah. So now I send it to my GitHub account and I want to use my phone to, you know, access it. Through there, I will get my what do they call it? Through there, I will get access to it. But I've taken a look at it. Since I'm making a video through my PC, there's no need for me to use my phone. I can actually just use my system, you know, and all of that. So now I have to copy the link right here. So now this link you can actually send it to the target, yeah. But since I'm using my PC, so I'm going to use myself. But if you're trying this on your own, you can actually send the link to someone, maybe your friend or anybody or whatsoever person. Okay, I've clicked on the link. Let's see what's going to happen. So it's currently loading. I'm going to pause this video for a while. Then when it's done, okay, it has already loaded. So now this is it. I've already clicked on the website. So I'm actually the victim right here. Yeah. So now I've clicked on it. Nothing happened. But if I decided to visit my GitHub page, I'm going to see details about this location, which I'm currently using. It says allow Gento donor facility flatfare.com to access your location. If I click on allow and then I visit my GitHub account. Now I visited my GitHub account. It says this was actually the information given. It said platform Linux enabled, browser code name Mozilla. So all these are basic information, yeah. It's not actually that deep. So all I have to do is close down. It said target allowed location permission. So what this actually mean is now that the victim have clicked on it, their map location has appeared on my GitHub. So now if I try to click on it, yeah, Okay, Google Maps is currently loading. So now it has currently assessed my location. And to be honest with you, the location that was given here is accurate. This is where I live. And also, I know that you might not see my current location because I've used something to blur it, for my privacy and all. But if you take a look at the information right here, it's actually pinpointing my exact location where I live. This is actually where I live. So, you know, that is it of this video. And if you try this on your own, you are going to figure out that it will give you the precise location. And also, I also have Google Map on my phone, so I can click on direction right here, and it will create a drive, a map, and it will tell me how many minutes it will take for me to get to this place. So it's very easy. So sorry that you cannot get full clear information about this particular place. I just don't want to reveal where I live. So so I hope you find this video helpful. And also, if you need help, you can actually contact me. I can provide more information about this. This is just actually a tip of the iceberg. There are more that you can do to this. So this is actually the end of the video. Okay, like I said before, social engineering. So I don't want to forget about this. So what is social engineering? Okay, so social engineering is the art of psychologically manipulating people to trick them into giving up sensitive information, while OSINT, open source intelligence, is the process of gathering that information from public sources. So before a social engineering is done, it has to be it has to pass through open source intelligence, which is information gathering, like I just explained to you right now. All this information are all from Google. It said the following are the five common form of digital social engineering: scareware, pen testing, phishing, baiting. As its name implies, baiting attack use a false promise to kick a victim, greed or curiosity. So all of this has to pass through information gathering, because you can't just attack something that you do not understand. You have to gather information. So just imagine you want to perform social engineering, and then you know the location about a particular target. You know, with that, you can perform a lot of damage and all of that. But I hope you find this video useful. So thanks for watching. Sayonara, subscribe and share to people who need this. I hope you find this helpful. Bye bye. Sayonara. Yeah.